Hello, hello, my friends. It is hard to believe, but we are already past the halfway mark for the month of February. I know it's a shorter month, but still, we get an extra day this year and we're already halfway through. I know for a lot of you guys, the month of February just feels like it can not really drag on as much as January, but I know that for a lot of people, February just feels like a month of like, please, let's just get on to spring. We're tired of cold weather. We want some sunshine, and I'm right there with you. I'm still burning a lot of gourmand, and that is mainly because for the last half of February here in Arizona, the weather is predicted to be a little bit cooler and rainy. So I will be probably finishing up a lot of gourmand fragrances at the end of this month. But in today's video, I wanted to give you some updates on candles that I introduced in my early February candle chat, as well as let you guys know a couple of new candles that I have purchased. I've brought them into my collection. I'll talk about them even more so again at my end of the month, like candle collection update video. But I think it's always fun to kind of share with you what's come in before then. So if you are coming across my channel for the first time, hi, I'm Katie. I love to talk about all things candles here on my channel. I like to do this candle chat series. I do this twice a month, usually at the beginning and then the middle of the month. I like to do dedicated candle reviews, empties, and everything in between. So if you find yourself wanting to stick around for more of that type of content, please hit the subscribe button before you get on out of here. But let's go ahead and talk about some of these candles. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with, well, part of these things I want to go by brand, but then part of me is like, no, because some of the fragrances I burn just in combination with one another. So I'm just gonna go with what is right in front of me. And here we're gonna go ahead and start out with a candle that has taken a turn for the positive over halfway through, like in this last third of its burn. So I did a dedicated review on this candle a few weeks ago, and it's so funny because when I did that review, I told you all, this candle is very, very light for me. I love the fragrance, but it is just not, in terms of strength and throw, it was very, very poor. So many of you commented and said, we're really surprised to hear that because that one is such a powerhouse in my home. It's been throwing, it's crazy. I am talking about Cringle Candles Cozy and Warm. Now you can see that I am getting close to the finish line with this one. So of course, after I did that review, I would say about the candle, when it started to hit the like, probably right about here. So a little bit less than half, yes, about a third of the way with wax left in it. All of a sudden, this candle really started to throw for me. I would burn it out in my living room. I could burn it in my bedroom. And I would say that the strength and throw on this one increased to a 7. Now that's a lot considering, what did I put this at? Like a 5, I think, before that. So I am actually experiencing something kind of, I don't know if it's strange, unique. You guys chime in and let me know if you're experiencing this with some of your Cringle candles. I don't know if it's the weather because I've only noticed this phenomena as the weather has cooled down. But one of the things I'm noticing is that I will start off with a pretty good, it usually takes about like 3 burns for me to get really good strength and throw. Then it tapers off like right when I hit the midpoint. In fact, I'm actually experiencing that with one of the reserve candles that I'm burning in my bedroom today. But then when I hit about a third left of the wax, all of a sudden the strength and throw picks up again. So I don't know, this is like maybe like the 3rd or 4th candle that this is doing, that I've experienced this with. What was the other one that, oh, Vintage Pomander. Remember I gave that one a review saying, could be stronger. Well, guess what? Last third of the burn, I walked into my bedroom and I was like, wow, I'm really smelling this. So I don't know what's going on. I'm sure there's some type of science behind it that can explain, probably with different weather dynamics or, you know, traveling across the country. I have no idea, but regardless, this one is still burning really nicely for me. It's performing a lot better, so I love it. This is a really, really nice coffee fragrance. I do really enjoy this. I have been pairing this with Bath & Body Works Paris Cafe, and then sometimes pairing it also with coffee and whiskey. So there's an update on this candle for all of you guys who chimed in on my review video saying, I can't believe it, it's such a powerhouse. Well, it's deciding to be a powerhouse now for me. So I wouldn't say powerhouse, but it is deciding to get its act together, I guess, for the final act. All right. a Bath & Body Works candle that I've only burned twice, and I'm planning to actually burn it a lot more this week because the candle that I like to burn it with, I'll explain to you in just a moment. This is Bath & Body Works Hot Pink Cocoa. Now, I feel like this is a candle that a lot of people, it was a little bit polarizing, and for whatever reason, I don't think a lot of people like this one because this one is still showing up in some Bath & Body Works stores for 75% out. So 75% off. Woo! All right, you guys. Yeah. It's been a week. I have 2 children home with strep throat this week, which is just so fun. So yeah, if I'm a little all over the place, not getting a whole lot of sleep, because when my kids are sick, I go back into that like newborn mom mode where like you get up in the middle of the night to make sure they're breathing still. Don't ask me why. I don't know. Let me know if you're like that because it would make me feel a lot better and less crazy. But the fragrance notes on Hot Pink Cocoa are sweet ruby chocolate, whipped vanilla cream, and raspberry sprinkles. Now, I'm going to tell you, I don't smell any chocolate in here, and I'm happy about that because I don't really like the way that Bath & Body Works does chocolate. It's just not personally my favorite. I think Cringle does chocolate really well. I think HOMEWORX does chocolate well, but I don't care for the way Bath & Body Works does it. But this, I definitely smell like raspberry and like vanilla cream. It's sweet, but it's not cloyingly sweet. I haven't compared this side by side with, what's the other neutral blend mashup? Do they have like raspberries and vanilla or something like that? But I really like this fragrance. I think this is a nice one, especially for this time of year because it's fruity. We are getting a taste or hint of springtime in here, spring, summer. Yeah, I really like this one. Strength and throw on it was really solid. In fact, I actually burned it in my bedroom and it was like coming out. Of course, I was burning it in a hurricane, but it was a solid like 9. It was really, really strong for me, but not cloying or headache inducing. So if you happen to see this one for 75% off and you like the fragrance, so far it is performing well for me. But again, I've only gotten like 2 burns into it. You can see the wicks are doing pretty well. Not having any sooting issues. I do limit the burns to about 3 hours, I would say. The candle that I really enjoy burning it with, and this is one that I will likely be burning a lot at the end of this month because both of my daughter's birthdays are at the end of February. One is on the 20th, the other is on the 26th. We did not plan it that way, but that's just how it happened. So I will be burning HOMEWORX's birthday cake. I was so happy to see that this one actually I saw in my local Home Goods about a week ago, and it was so tempting to pick up more. But if you happen to see my video that I posted earlier this week about how I control impulse buying, I talked about how I oftentimes have to prioritize my budget on candles, not on backups, but on candles that I can review or candles that will be beneficial for my channel and also appeal to me. But I do have one more of these currently in my collection. So this is my first of 2, I guess. And I love this fragrance. So the fragrance notes on here are vanilla cake, whipped cream, caramelized sugars, happy wishes. My pour date is from July 8th of 2023. I will tell you that I think a lot of the HOMEWORX candles, I'm having more success. I've only had one, which I will talk about here, that I've had some issues with in terms of performance, but I'm finding that the candles that are poured in, I would say like fall of 2023 and later from HOMEWORX are doing much better in terms of performance. But yeah, this one on the first burn was a little bit light. It was lighter than I remember, but again, I've only burned this one time so far. So I'm gonna give it a couple of more shots. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna burn the, what is that, Hot Pink Cocoa here in my living room. And then I'm gonna burn this one in my bedroom, and just, because this one just wasn't performing as strong as I remember. But like the Cringle candles, I am also finding that with my HOMEWORX candles, that usually they really come to life on the 2nd or the 3rd burn. It shouldn't be that way, but sometimes it's just the way the oils settle, I guess. So that one has been really good. I'm gonna go ahead and set it down on the ground here because I've got like a pile of candles here and I don't want them to fall over on the tile and break. Nobody wants that. While I took that little break, I am just gonna let you know what I'm currently burning at the moment. I will pop up a picture of it. I actually have my Luxe candle of Spun Vanilla Sugar is burning right now. That is burning really well. I do like those Luxe sizes because they do give off a little bit more fragrance. They're beautiful, the beautiful ambiance, and I usually can let that one burn a little bit longer than that 3-hour mark. I usually will let it burn probably about 5 hours, I think. It's a beautiful, just like vanilla sugar, not cloying to my nose at least, slight hint of lemon in the background. And I've really been enjoying that. In one wing of my house, I make it sound like I live in a mansion, you guys. It's like 1,800 square foot house. This is not a huge home. But in one half of that, or like, yeah, one half of the house, I guess, I am burning Hummingbird Tea Cake right now from Bath & Body Works. That is still continuing to burn very nicely for me. I do have a dedicated review on that I will have linked in the description box down below if you happen to want to see that. But that candle is burning really well for me. I am contemplating purchasing a backup of that, but again, I don't know with my candle budget this month if that's really worth the effort. I will tell you at the end of this video what I have blown most of my candle budget on this month. It won't surprise anybody. And then the other candle that I'm currently burning is the sprinkled macarons. I know it says macaroons, but the Cringle Reserve line candle. I should have my review for that up before this video goes up. I oftentimes film out of order, but just wanted to let you know that that is another one that I am burning right now. I like the fragrance. I don't think I'm clamoring for it to make a return, and I make those feelings known more so in the review. So that is actually what I am currently burning. All right, let's go ahead and talk about a HOMEWORX candle that arrived earlier this month, and I did do a dedicated review on this one as well. This is Pistachio Glazed Donut. So the fragrance notes on here are crushed pistachio, fried donut, ground nutmeg, white sugar glaze. Pour date of September 9th of 2023 on this one. Now I will say this candle is missing the donut accord. I said that in my review, but I still like the fragrance. I think that a better name for this candle probably should have been Pistachio Glaze. I like it. I think it's great for the springtime. It's burning well. You can see the wicks. I'm not having any issues. The wicks are like those like medium-sized wicks, and I think that this is the wick size that HOMEWORX needs to stick with, because I feel like this one is really good. It's not too thin. There's no issues with it pulling out. Strength and throw is pretty good. Now, I will say the first burn on this one, it took a little while to pull out, and it took about 2 hours to start throwing, but then on successive burns, it started to throw more. So if you want more information on this candle, I do have a dedicated review on it. Any candles that I have a dedicated review on, I will make sure that I have those linked in the description box down below. I'll also have my affiliate codes down in the box. Now, both my affiliate codes with HOMEWORX and with Cringle are both eligible for commission. I do make a small commission on those, so you can use them if you're comfortable with it. If not, that's totally fine, but I do always like to be open and honest with you guys to let you guys know that I do make a commission on those. But this is on the Slatkin & Co. website. I really like it. I would recommend it. It's a nice one. In fact, if I had a bigger budget, I might pick up a backup of it, because I really enjoy burning it with what's the Cringle macarons, the original one that kind of has more of like a strawberry scent to it. I really like burning this fragrance with that. I also enjoy burning it with another candle here, which you guys know is one of my favorite fragrances from Bath & Body Works, Pistachio and Toasted Vanilla. Now, the only issue that I'm having with Pistachio and Toasted Vanilla right now is that we're getting those puny wicks. It's starting to dead out on me halfway through. And one of the problems with it is that I'm finding that when the wax starts to get a little bit murky like this, when these wicks start to get really slow burning, sometimes it starts to make the scent smell weird. Like the other day I burned this and I was like, I don't really like the way that that's smelling. So I already have one of these that I have had in the crock. In fact, I have it was the 2022, late 2022 version. That one has been in my candle crock. So I will just turn that on, and then I will burn Pistachio Glazed Donut or Cringle's macarons with it. So I'm unsure yet if I'm going to continue to keep burning this one, or if I'm going to just save it and stick it in the crock. I personally, I know a lot of people are different, but I'm the type of person that I like to switch up my home fragrance so much that I really don't like utilizing a candle crock, because I feel like it kind of locks me into what fragrances I can burn during that time period. And I don't know, I like a lot of variety. So I prefer to burn my candles if I can, but sometimes it's inevitable that I'm going to have to use a crock. And that is actually going to be the case with this next candle, another Bath & Body Works candle. Surprise, surprise. Again, I told you guys, I'm on this love-hate relationship with Bath & Body Works. This is Vanilla Bean. So the fragrance notes on Vanilla Bean are Madagascar Vanilla Bean, Homemade Marshmallow, Warm Cinnamon Nutmeg. So I love this fragrance. I like how Bath & Body Works does vanilla. This is a very like sweet, marshmallowy, yummy vanilla fragrance. They do this really well. I love the fragrance itself. But again, when I'm burning it, it's getting these puny wicks. It actually, that's kind of weird. Like the one side, you might not be able to see that. Like it didn't even completely pull out on the last burn. And I had this in a hurricane. I haven't touched the wicks. I don't touch any of my wicks if I don't have to. I've learned my lesson kind of, especially with Bath & Body Works, that if I trim them, they get those puny wicks. But this is one that I think I'm gonna have to put into the crock because it's transforming on burn in a way that I don't like it. I'm sorry, I'm trying to hold this a little bit better for you guys. Yeah, it's just, I'm having a hard time with it right now. The good news is that Vanilla Bean, this is a fragrance that I feel like it's so versatile. Vanillas are very, very versatile. And so I feel like I can save this and hold on to like for March, because then I can go ahead and stick it in my crock and I can pair it with a lot of florals. I tend to like to pair vanilla fragrances with florals because florals can have the tendency to give me a headache, or they can be too strong. And I feel like the vanilla just kind of tones it down a little bit. So that's what I'm going to be doing with that. A Bath & Body Works candle that I'm planning to review soon. Don't know if it'll be up before this video or not, but this is a candle that I've really been enjoying. So this is Bath & Body Works Sweet Orange and Agave. The fragrance notes here are effervescent citrus, golden agave, and jasmine musk. So this fragrance, I think I shared with you guys that on cold sniff, okay, let's not throw the lid off there. On cold sniff, it originally reminds me a lot of Sun-Washed Citrus. If you like that fragrance from Bath & Body Works, if you like Capri Blue Volcano, if you like Cringle's Essentials, Yankee's, I think it's Iced Berry Lemonade, they're all in the same family. I feel like they're all like, they're all from the same family. They're all sisters, you know, very, very similar. But I really like this fragrance. It's a beautiful like winter to spring transitional. Early spring, I tend to like citrus in early spring. I've made that pretty clear. I definitely get like, kind of like a grapefruit. I don't want to say grapefruit, like, cause that can be kind of off-putting for some people, but it's definitely like a grapefruit, orange, citrus type of fragrance. But yeah, I really like it. It's burning well for me so far. I've gotten a few burns in on it. I probably need to do about 2 more before I do a dedicated review to see if the wick's dead out, but so far so good. So far it's performing well for me. And like I said, on the warmer days when we have a lot of sunshine, I do like to burn this one. A candle that I actually like pairing it with, and I have an explanation for this here. It's so funny. Actually, I was just watching my friend Drew here. He was doing his candle empties, and his candle for this exact same fragrance looked the same way. And when he told me why it looked that way, I was like, oh, I did the exact same thing. So this is Cringle's Christmas Cake Pops. Now, don't let that packaging fool you, because this fragrance to me is actually more of a spring or summer fragrance, and you will see a lot of sooting going on around the top. You know why that happened? Well, I was very busy yesterday, and I lit this one in the morning and just went about my day. Had full intentions of changing out my candle in that room, but did I? No. And suddenly I realized, oh my word, that candle has been burning for like 12 hours. So this is what happens when your candles burn for about 12 hours. The good news is the wax still looks good and the fragrance was still good, but it did tend to collect a little bit of soot around the rim there. But this fragrance, this is a really nice like lemon vanilla cupcake type of scent. It's not as lemony as say HOMEWORX' Limoncello Cupcake, but it's definitely a nice lemon fragrance. So if you happen to get your hands on this one, if you're somebody who likes like a lemon vanilla cake type of fragrance and you see this one go on a good sale, I would say pick it up because it's really good for this time of year, especially if you pop it into a hurricane. I myself burn my candles in like amber colored hurricanes, so nobody ever really sees the packaging anyways, which is a shame for some of the candles that I will be having delivered this week to my house. But I'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, anyways, if you know, maybe you don't even care if there's Christmas packaging on here, this is a really, really nice fragrance. And I've been burning it with the sweet orange and agave. I find it to be a very versatile scent. I've also been burning it with the, I keep looking over here, the Spun Vanilla Sugar. And then let's go ahead and talk about another fragrance, which is from HOMEWORX. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and move these around here. We're playing musical candles here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and share the candle that I was burning it with yesterday, but there's 2 HOMEWORX candles that I have here that I feel like it can interchange with. This one is Lemon Poppy Muffin. Now, you guys know this is a fragrance that I was so excited to see make a return. I have been asking HOMEWORX, not like, I haven't been like harassing them or anything like that, but anytime that they would ask, what fragrance do you want us to bring back? I have been saying this for like the last 4 years. So they finally brought back Lemon Poppy Muffin. It's as good as I remember in terms of the fragrance. Fragrance notes of poppy seed, lemon zest, baked vanilla, sparkling ginger. Mine has a pour date of September 9th of 2023. Again, this is another candle that I am really close to reviewing. I'm not sure if I will have that review up before this video, but if I do, it'll be linked below. So here's the thing. This candle, love the fragrance. It's definitely that genuine lemon poppy. You do get a little hint of ginger in here, but it's not like root beer ginger to me. The lemon, it's very fresh, but it's definitely not lemon cake. You're not smelling lemon cake. It pairs really nicely with a lemon cake fragrance like Christmas cake pops or like limoncello cupcake. It would go nicely, but it's very nice. Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. This one I've been burning in a hurricane, and it does really well in a hurricane. However, the one time that I attempted to burn it outside of a hurricane so far, it really struggled to pull out. It has really thin wicks. Yeah, and it was really struggling to throw. And I was like, oh, I thought we were beyond these issues. So I'm going to give it another attempt this afternoon, the day that I'm filming this. I'm going to give it another attempt to try to light it up without a hurricane to again see, will it pull out without one? At this point, you guys, I mean, I know I've always said this, and you don't have to do this, but I will just say that if you are an avid candle collector, an avid candle fan, I do think that having a hurricane or 2 or 3 in your collection is a good idea. Now, I know there's some hurricanes that are like crazy expensive, and if that's your taste and if that's within your budget, then go for it. But I will tell you that I've picked up some beautiful hurricanes, and the 2 of them I purchased at TJ Maxx for $10 each, and then my one larger one that actually fits HOMEWORX candles I did purchase at HomeGoods. And I think especially now, because a lot of those stores sell HOMEWORX candles, you can always just pick up one of the candles from the candle aisle and walk over to the hurricanes and try placing them in there to see if they will work. I felt that's what I did when I purchased mine. But for what I spent $32, and I get increased performance, and it also adds just an extra decorative touch in my home. I felt like it was a worthwhile investment. But that being said, you shouldn't have to burn a candle in a hurricane in order to get it pull out. So review should be coming soon, or if it's already up, I will have that down there. But I love the fragrance. The fragrance is just as good as I remember. So that one is good. Another fragrance that is new to me from HOMEWORX, and again, in the process of getting ready for a review for it, I did get a delivery from QVC. This is the Blueberry Violet Tart. Now, this fragrance is currently available now on the Slatkin & Co. website as well. So if you don't want to purchase it in a duo and you have not had any success coming across it in your local stores, now you can pick up one of them. I think at the time that I was filming this, I think the code GARDEN got like, the candles were down to like $22. I know Harry has really been pushing this garden collection. I don't know if any of you guys have really noticed that over on Instagram. But needless to say, this fragrance, let's read the fragrance notes on it. Fresh blueberries, violet petals, baked pastry, vanilla bean. Mine has a pour date of October 8th of 2023. And let me tell you, it's good. This is one of the candles I'm really glad that I have this in a duo, because it's good. It's the blueberry note that we all know and love from Farmstand Blueberry. There's a little bit of a crust note in there. It reminds me slightly, ever so slightly. It's like a cousin of it was late last summer, that like Carnival collection. It's not the Moldberry Cobbler. It's the Triple Berry Pie. Remember that one? I think it was in like pink packaging with the Ferris wheel and everything. The berry notes in here remind me a lot of that fragrance. It's not the same fragrance. It's not a repackage. It's not Farmstand Blueberry either, but it's the blueberry note that is used in both of those berry candles. But you do detect a little bit of that pastry crust note in here. I don't really get floral. But yeah, this one, I will tell you, if you have your eye on this one, and if I do not have my review up yet, I will just tell you, yes, the wicks, they're a little bit thin on here, but I haven't had any issues with this one pulling out either so far. Again, I've burned them in hurricanes, but I'm going to tell you, this is a rare one, because I burned this one in a hurricane twice. Both times, you guys, I'm going to give this one a 10 in a hurricane. It was traveling to that side of my house. It was traveling into my bedroom, trying to overtake the fragrance in there. So yeah, this one, strength and throw, very, very strong on this. Love it. really glad that I have 2 of them, but if I don't have a dedicated review on that one, it should be coming up really soon. A fragrance that I really enjoy pairing with that, I have been burning the Christmas cupcakes with it. Sorry, you guys, again, here we go with Candle Tetris. I brought out Farmstand Lemonade. Now, this was from a QVC duo from 2023. I think I purchased this probably like last May, I would say. So I already burned through one. I think I did a dedicated review on it. It was pretty light for me. So I have a little bit left of this one, but the fragrance notes are fresh squeezed lemon, mandarin orange, grapefruit, raw sugar. This is just a very basic lemon scent. Yeah, even now it's still kind of weak. This one had a pour date of December 8th of 2022. I'm just gonna tell you guys right now, if you happen to come across any candles with a 2022 pour date in your local discount retailers, I'm gonna give you a warning, probably just save your money. I feel like 2022 was just a rough year in terms of pour dates for HOMEWORX. I don't know if it was the factory, I don't know what was going on, but I will tell you, just save your money. If you happen to come across anything with a 2022 pour date, just no, avoid it. So I just have a little bit left of this one. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try to burn this with that Violet Blueberry Tart and just finish it up. Let's get it on out of my collection because I'm being intentional about that this year. So that's whoa, sorry, that was really loud. I'm so sorry. That is a fragrance that I finished up there. And then the other fragrance that I'm planning to burn with the Blueberry Violet Tart is this one from Bath & Body Works. I purchased this during Candle Day last year. This is Blueberry Lemon Sour, so you can see that why I would pair the 2 of them together. Fragrance notes of sugared lemonade and blueberry sugar. Okay, that tells us a whole lot. But this one is definitely more lemon forward. Very sweet candied lemon. I don't detect a whole lot of blueberry in here. There's a hint of it, but it's very lemon forward. So I figured this one will complement that Blueberry Violet Tart once I'm done with the Christmas cupcakes. What is that? Christmas cake pops. Sorry, I'm all over the place here. And the Farmstand Lemonade. And then let's see, finally, the last 2 things that I wanted to talk about here are 2 candles that are new to my collection. So one of these candles, I did do an exchange last week. I went ahead and I exchanged my Yankee candle. I didn't really care for the Desert Bloom scents. I know that's part of their like new lineup, but I did purchase 2 3-wick candles about a month ago when they were first released. And I don't want to say I love lilac blossoms, but I like it enough that I figure I'm going to hold on to it and review it. But the other fragrance that I went ahead and exchanged for was Pink Sands. Now, the employee at Yankee told me that this is one of Yankee's most popular fragrances. It's like a perennial bestseller, especially for the summertime. So they don't have the fragrance notes listed here, but this is really nice. It smells a lot like, oh, what's the candle at Bath & Body Works? I feel like it's like Flamingo, something like Flamingo Beach or Flamingo, Pink Flamingo. There's a flamingo in there. If you're familiar with that fragrance, that is what this smells like. It's beachy, it's summery, but like sweet beachy. It's not sunscreen or coconut, slightly citrus and berry type of fragrance. But I really, really like it. This is a fragrance I actually see myself probably starting to burn in, I would say early May is probably when I will break this out. So I did go ahead and conduct that exchange. And then another fragrance that I purchased last week in my local Home Goods, I think it was Marshall's. I think it was Marshall's. This is HOMEWORX's White Tea Leaf. I haven't seen a whole lot of people talking about this one, but the fragrance notes on this did appeal to me over on the Slatkin & Co. website, but because it's a new fragrance and one that I hadn't smelled before, I thought, well, I want to see if I can find it in store, smell it, and then decide if I want to purchase it. So the fragrance notes on this are White Tea Leaf, Bergamot, Verbena, Carnation, Blossom. My pour date on this is October 9th of 2023, so I'm hoping this will be a good burn for me. But this is a really nice fragrance, you guys. I am not like a floral lover, and this is not overtly floral, especially if you see that carnation blossom in here. But this is really nice. It's clean without being super spa-like clean, or like, it's definitely not like laundry cleaner clean. It's definitely like a white tea, soft. It's like a soft, pretty, but not perfumey type of fragrance. It's perfect for the springtime. I really liked it. When I smelled it, I was like, oh yeah, I like that fragrance. So this is one that I will probably get to burning probably probably, I would say like the last week of February. I'm thinking if we have some nice weather, but this is a really nice fragrance, so I was really glad to add that to my collection. And then the final 3 candles that we'll be getting to burning here pretty soon, so that way I can get some reviews up for all of you. I should this week be receiving my Easter collection order from Cringle Candle. I did go ahead and purchase 3 candles. That was what, honestly, it ate up a good chunk of my February candle budget. I did go ahead and purchase 3 candles from their Easter launch. I do have carrot cake on its way to me. I do have, what's the other one? Lemon sugar marshmallow, which I know sold out immediately, but Mick has said that that one will be restocked and be available again before Easter. And what was the other one that I purchased? Oh, Jelly Bean Jubilee. So those 3 should be to me pretty soon. I will go ahead and post a first sniffs video in case you guys are wanting some of my thoughts about them, but I will do some dedicated reviews for you as well. Get to burning them and give you some post-burn reviews, so that way you guys can make informed decisions, because that's the purpose of my channel, is to talk about candles and help you guys out with your purchasing decisions. So I think that's it for this week's candle chat. I'm sorry if I was a little bit all over the place. You guys know how it is. It just is life. But let me know in the comment box down below. Are you ready for spring? Are you over cold weather? Or are you like, no, I love it. I love the cold weather. You can let me know. Did you purchase anything from the Easter collection over at Cringle? Are there any fragrances that you're like making, like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so many things that we can talk about. Are there fragrances that you're not enjoying? Fragrances that you're loving? Are you making any headway on your collection? I don't know. Just whatever you want to do, just leave a nice comment down below. Let's get our community, you know, I love the community of our little weird candle obsessed, candle obsessed community, I guess. Those are the words. All right, I'm getting tongue tied. I should probably go. That's probably my sign. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. YouTube should be suggesting some of my other content here at the end of this video if you would like to stick around for more of it. Again, discount codes are linked down below. If you want to purchase any of these products, you are more than welcome to do that. I want to say thank you very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.